Selamlar dostlarım. Yeni bir Horizon Forbidden West videosu ile karşınızdayım. Şimdi GAIA'ya verelim bakalım Poseidon'u. En azından dünyalaştırma sistemi biraz olsun dünyanın yararına bir şeyler yapabilir.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay.
Tamam.
I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
Tamam. Şimdi önce teftiş dronu modülü bağlayacağım.
There. Let's see what we got.
Tamam. Bu.
I like this one.
Evet, güzel. Epey güzel. Konuşalım bakalım, ne diyeceksin?
Hi, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
Were you able to make use of Poseidon?
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline.
Güzel.
According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can. So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome.
Yani mantık olarak suyla alakalı bir asıl işlevin sunun yanında olması lazım. Sunun mu? Suyun. Ha.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up. So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
Tamam, gideyim.
I guess I should get going.
As you say.
Beta çağırmıştı. Beta'nın oraya. Ama herkesin konuşacağı bir şeyler var. Erend'le oynayabiliyor muyuz? Yani eğer bir şey veriyorsa oynarım. Yoksa gerek yok.
You find what you're looking for?
I did. One step closer to taking the fight to the Zeniths.
Can't wait.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Önce
How are
bunlar.
things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What'd you do?
Ne yaptınız o?
I made one
Öyle bir
joke.
insan değil ya.
About how they, eat grass a lot.
Aa, çok
How
ayıp.
does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach?
Çok
anyway?
ayıp.
From the looks of it,
Kötü arkadaş.
the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms, like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram-like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
O zaman seni bizim Morlund'un oradaki yere davet edelim.
I
Seversin.
discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels. They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Kesinlikle.
Much. And they have focuses too.
Well, that's just great.
I found out who's running them. A woman named Sarah. Does that ring any bells?
Oh no. Remember how Durval had a band of freebooters that retaliated against the Karja? She was one of them. First female tinker in the claim to run her own forge. But when her family got killed in the Red Raids, she went bad. Real bad. I thought she was dead, though. Taken out by one of Murad's guys.
Well, she's not. And she wants revenge against the Karja. We have to find out where she's operating from and stop her.
Way back, when we first met, you came looking for me in Meridian because you detected Olin's focus with yours, right? And there's a chance Sarah's getting some of her supplies from the claim.
Mantıklı.
Only way she'd get those is if her lackeys smuggled them through barren light.
Well, their focuses would make it easier for them to evade guards and patrols.
But if I'm there waiting for them,
You could scan for their focuses. Pick them out from the crowd.
if an Oseram's wearing one of these, they'd have to be a part of that Prometheus group.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Ama
but
onlar da
none have
seni
those
fark
once in a
edebilir.
while.
Alright. I'll keep tracking her people out west. You let me know if you find anything in Barren Light.
We'll find her. We have to. It's thugs like her who murder my sister.
You should know. Sylens is involved with the Sons of Prometheus. He's the one who gave them the override tech to begin with.
Why doesn't that surprise me? That's probably all part of some master plan, huh?
At least we know we're good at wrecking those.
Damn straight.
I better get...
All right.
Tamam. Varl nerede? Varl. Varl nerede? Kotallo biliyorum şuralarda bir yerde. Kotallo da yok. Aa.
Aloy, you found another one of Gaia's sub-functions?
2 down, 1 to go.
I'm glad her healing can continue.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers.
Aa,
Laughed
çok
at the
ayıp.
idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Yani.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them. Even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
I better get going.
Right. You've got that sub-function to deliver.
Ettim bile. Niye hala şey var?
How do I...
Ünlem.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me.
So
I made one about how they... How does...
from the looks,
Yeah.
just
İlginç.
and let
Tamam.
Seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Happy birthday Isaac. Aga be.
She found that recording from the data on your focus.
Fokusumuzdaki ilk
Been
kayıtlı
watching a
veri.
lot.
Mağarada
It
bulmuştuk.
helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little bit.
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised
Ya,
I'd
ne
meet them
demezsin.
someday when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me. In a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful.
Neden öyle
She
bir veri
showed me
kanalı açtı ki?
paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Evet, bir
Maybe
ses
that's why
kaydında
she reached out
Elizabeth'le
to you.
Tilda konuşuyordu. Hatta aralarında kişisel bir mesele vardı ve Elizabeth'in sesi üzgün geliyordu.
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
Ama çok duygusal davranıyorsun. Yani anlıyorum, duygusal bir boşluk içerisindesin. Bu yüzden bu kadar duygusalsın. Genelde böyle olur. Ama yani biraz daha mantıklı düşünsen aslında şu an çok daha işimize yarayabilirsin.
When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away, alone. So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave. You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many. They didn't interest you? I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis. Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use? No. Any information about them was redacted. So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
Bence de. Kötü biri değil. Yani orası aşikar ama duygularını biraz fazla yoğun yaşıyor.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take.
Sen de
I'm
öylesin.
out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Hem de nasıl be Varl. Hem de
But
nasıl.
I don't have time to think about that now.
Elo ile Beta duygusal açıdan çok zıtlar. Beta çok yoğun yaşıyor, Elo ise çok içinde
GAIA
tutuyor
says she knows a
duygularını.
lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Tamam, bir Beta ile konuşayım bakayım. Konuşulabilecek bir şey var mı?
It's you. Hey, I'm fine. And look, about earlier.
Forget it.
Was there anything else?
Bakalım.
So have you been able to make use of your expertise?
I guess so. GAIA transferred a lot of data on Hephaestus to study.
And? Any insights?
It looks like it's been modifying its code, increasing in size and complexity over the years. There's a lot to analyze still.
Okay, well... keep at it, I guess. So have you been upstairs at all?
Not really. Varl sometimes comes down here to talk. He keeps asking if I'm okay. I thought he only wanted to know about my productivity, but... it's almost like he actually wants to...
Günaydın.
Yeah, I
Günaydın.
think he does. Have you talked with anyone else in the base?
I speak with GAIA. She asked me how I'm feeling and my opinion. on
Peki
various
insanlarla?
topics.
Zo, Erend, Varl, Kotallo.
I didn't expect that from an AI.
That's all thanks to Elizabeth. She believed GAIA had to care, not just follow her programming orders.
I know. Independent emotional processing enabled the previous version of Gaia to create you, after all.
Yeah. I guess so. What else can you tell me about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings.
Konuşmalar oldu mu?
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the
Galiba bu
Zeniths?
konuşmayı yaptık.
Something like that. She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I
Ama
asked
emin
her
değilim.
questions. But I think back on Earth,
Bakayım yazılım konusunda iyi olduğunu düşünüyorum falan
given that
diyecek.
she built a data
Tamam. Bunların hepsini yaptık. Tamam, geri dön.
yeah.
Varl ve Kotallo ile de konuşayım. Yeni şeyler birikmiştir.
The old ones fed off livestock a little too much for my liking.
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. Called themselves vegetarians.
From what I'm reading, all the old ones wanted to eat was this stuff called chocolate.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
Bakalım.
it seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. And that's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
Ya
I see
alemsin be adam.
someone's been playing Strike.
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things.
You should try playing Kotallo. It's a Tanakh game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, sure, Tanakh. Sure he won't try and kill me if I win?
Pretty
Yok
sure.
be.
Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. With everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides,
Sadece kendin içiyorsun
there's
ama.
nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said, anyways. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another
İçmek
time.
isterdim ama ayık kalmam lazım.
I should get.
Back to reading.
Tamam. Zo.
Aloy,
Hey,
I am well. Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make
Zo
her
da
feel
çok
welcome.
ince düşünceli bir insan ya. Çok hoş.
Is there anything I can help with around here?
Hmm? Oh, no. We're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Savaş şefi Sona.
That bad,
Taş
huh?
gibi kadındır.
Why
Taştan
do you
kastım
wanna know?
fiziken
He's
değil,
spoken of his sister,
karakter
Varl,
olarak.
but
hiç
I
taviz
noticed
vermez.
he
Çok iyi
avoids
savaşır.
talking about his mother.
Evet,
She's the
Varl'a da
war
ölmüştü
chief
Proving'de.
of Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but
Yok
she
lan,
can
o
be
kadar
pretty
abartma.
harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
Yani
That
belki.
sounds crowded, but nice. The Zeniths did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
Yani şimdi öyle deme yani ölümsüzlük güzel olabilir ama yani haklısın tabii ki bir noktadan sonra sadece toprağa geri dönüşü olmayan bir döngü bozulmaya yol açar ama yani yine de öyle alçakça falan deme. Şimdi Varl.
Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
Üstümüzdeki insanlarla konuşmayı seviyorum ya.
You feeling okay?
Gerçekten iyi hissettiriyor.
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them. How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet. What do you make of this Tilda that Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone?
Mantıklı.
But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it.
Sanmıyorum. Çok fazla karşıydı böyle şeylere. Ama her şeye rağmen yanımızda olması daha iyi olurdu.
Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
Tamam.
I should get back up.
Kotallo kaldı. Aa, buraya da girebiliyorum artık değil mi? Yok, hayır, burası zaten Zoe ile Varl'ın odasıydı.
Where'd Kotallo go?
Aa, Kotallo nerede? Dur bir dakika. Üretim terminalinden bir şey yapabiliyorsam yapayım. Gökte süzülenini tamamlayayım. Yeterince kaynak yok. Kazıcı radarı. Makara sırt. İri çene dişi. Tamam, bunları hallederim. Hatta bu bölüm bittiğinde gideyim bunları bulayım. Bu taraf değil. Bu taraf değil. Burası değil. Kotallo nereye gitti be? Ha, burada. Ne tarafta? Buradan. Ha, kendine ait oda yapmış.
Looks like some of the holograms are working now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful warm-up.
Mind if we have a word?
Nasılsın reis?
Of course not.
I heard my friend Talana came by the base. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman going into Tenakth territory with that Karja armor of hers.
Öyle
She'll be
öyle.
lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just looking for someone who might need her help.
Whoever it is, they better be worth dying for.
Have you had a chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regalla's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
Yani hepimiz değil ama
One of them.
öyle.
But anyway, the Nora can hold their own. They managed to push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
I should
Ay,
get going.
bir dakika.
I will.
Bir dakika. Elim kaydı. Misklik
You
attım.
look...
Does it still hurt?
It comes and goes. I try not to think about it, but its absence is always...
Tabii ya, insanın uzuvu gibisi var mıdır ya?
It's difficult to explain.
Bir kere psikolojik olarak moralini bozar sürekli oraya baktığında.
Only empathize.
Then you have my thanks.
You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced before. How many do the Zeniths have?
Bence binlerce vardır.
Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
I'm with you there. Have you spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as self-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing.
Bence iyi anlaşırsınız ya.
Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
Öyle.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations and an acceptable training facility, though it could use some more color.
Duly noted. Getting ether out of the grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hikaro's mission for peace is the correct path, for it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
Burada ünlem var diyor ama neyse, acayip.
That's about it.
Then I'll
Tamam. Burada bir şey kalmadı. Ne kadar vaktim kaldı? Aşağı yukarı 26 dakika falan. Bir dakika, oda doğru, unuttum. Benim odacığım neredeydi? Bu tarafta olması lazım.
Okay. The focus I got from the Sons of Prometheus is encrypted. But with a little time, I should be able to hack it. There. Got it.
Aloy, it seems you've recovered some property
Ya.
that doesn't belong to you.
Ya şerefsiz. Ya gerçekten mi ya?
You know, after you tried to sell me out to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab?
Hardly. When I realized the lone huntress had been raiding Regalla's camps, I knew you had escaped. Subtlety is not your strong suit.
Sen de öyle.
From now on, I
Sinsi.
suggest you stay away from rebel operations. You're meddling with something you don't understand.
Tamam, sen kesinlikle karışma dediğin için karışmayacağım. Söz.
Is that you've doled out machine overrides to dangerous people and stoked up a tribal civil war. Again. I'm gonna put a stop to it.
Fine. Stubbornly blunder ahead as usual. Your efforts will only slow the inevitable. A warning, though. The Sons of Prometheus are very tenacious, and they want your head. There's nothing I can do about that now.
Oh, I'm scared. What will I do without your protection?
You should be scared, Aloy. More than you realize. But I have better things to do than educate you. Best of luck flailing about in the fog of ignorance.
Ow! One of these days, I'm gonna shut that arrogant mouth of his. Permanently. But first I have to figure out why he's doing what he's doing.
Bunlara daha önce tıklamamış mıydım ya?
Beta's been
Ha, yeni konuşmalar.
to figure out. She's just so closed off. I get that the Zeniths were cruel to her, that the one called Tilda abandoned her, but I can't get her out of her shell. I don't know. Maybe nothing can. But I know Varl meant well bringing up Rost. I just...
Kesinlikle art niyeti yoktu ya. Ya bir kere Varl'dan, Erend'den, Zo'dan, Kotallo'dan falan hani bu insanlardan bize hiçbir şekilde zarar geleceğini düşünmüyorum. Tamam. Kaynaklarımı yenileyim. Şimdi hangi kapıyı açabilirim? Hangi kapı için konuştu ya? Bu kapı için değil. Ya Focus beni öldürmeye çalışıyor diyor ya. Manyak adam. Tamam, şöyle yapacağım şimdi. Aa, bir dakika. Defterde birkaç konuşma var. Yani daha doğrusu biyografi var. Onları göstereyim size. Tamam. Veril. Neyse, bunları şey yaparım. Oyunun %61'i bitti. Çok iyi. Şimdi makinelerin efendisinden bunu açsam mı ya? Neyse, açayım. Bunu da açayım da bitsin burası. Burada neler var? Full. Full. Zaten şu an bir şey açamıyorum. Tamam. Haritaya gel. Tamam. Buraya gidebilirim. Burada bir drone var ama burada bir şerefsiz de var. Evet. Çok tehlikeli. Şimdi drone ne tarafta? Drone orada. Drone'a tahmin ediyorum. Şuradan falan çıkabilirim. Bir bakayım. Evet, oradan çıkabilirim. Kara kutu mu? Hayır, değil. O kabuk kıranla hiç savaşmak istemiyorum. O yüzden dikkatli çıkacağım buraya. Bir sonraki gelişinde yakalarım. Kabuk kıran nerede? Burada.
Machine's weak against plasma.
Hadi drone, gel.
Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump onto it? Going down.
Güzel.
Get the data from the drone.
Tamamdır. Şimdi buradan buraya gideceğim. Buradan çıkarım herhalde.
Wings holding up?
Oh. Bir tanem var sadece. Bir tane varsa direkt şey yapacağım yani, takmayacağım. Ama öldüreyim ya. Aa, bunların kuyruğu lazım oluyor. Bir dakika dur. Kuyruğunu alacağım. Dur kuyruk. Aman neyse. Bulurum daha sonra. Şimdi buradan karşıya geçeceğim.
A view of the old world. Looks like some kind of tower, surrounded by panels.
Burası. Hatta şuradan bakacağım tam olarak. Aa. Ama burada bir sürü güneş kanat var. Tamam. Şöyle sessizce gideyim. Güneş kanatları gözükmeden. Yok. Yok bir şey yok.
But there's another cauldron out there that has override data on that machine.
Tamam. Beni kaybet. Kaybet beni. Güzel.
That ancient lookout might be a good spot to try to line up the image.
Evet, burası iyi. Burası değil mi? Burası değil. Ahem.
O zaman burası mı? Evet bayağı yaklaştım. Neresi olabilir? Şöyle biraz daha aşağı ineyim. Şöyle, yok zaten belli oluyor aslında tam olarak nereden bakman gerektiği. Mesela buraları değil, belli yani. Şu yukarısı olduğunu düşünüyorum, bir tekrar deneyeceğim. Hadi ya. Tamam. Ya aslında burası olduğuna eminim ya. Çünkü bildiğiniz buradan şey yani gözetleme yeri gibi duruyor. Şuradan bakayım. Hayır. Aa, bir dakika buradan da aşağı ineyim. Belki daha iyi görecek bir nokta vardır. Yukarı. Hayır, yukarı. Hadi ya, olacak gibi. Düşün. Tamam, burası olmadığından eminim. Ah, yok. Sizden uğraşmak istemiyorum şu an sizinle. Abi. Kahretsin. Şuradan aşağı ineyim de kaçayım. Çalınma var mı? Bilgi hemen. Tamam, kaçtım. Ya sanki çok burasıymış gibi geldi. İnanılmaz kararsız kaldım.
Tamam. Aa, bir şey diyeceğim. Acaba şunun tepesi mi? Bakın şuraya bir ağaç devrilmiş. Sanki o ağacın üzerinden çıkacakmışım gibi. Abi yapma ya. Tamam. Ben burada yokum. Hadi git. Hadi. Evet, bakın ağacın üzerinden gideceğim. Abi cidden buraya mı kuruldun lan? Git. Hayır sakın kanadın dokunmasın, tamam. Ay. Tamam. Güzel. Şöyle bir bakayım. Çok parlak. Yani bu kadar parlak olması normal mi? Normal. Sen bana mı geliyorsun hala ya? Yok, tamam. Şimdi ne yapabilirim başka? Bakıyorum hemen. Ne kadar vaktim kaldı? 10 dakika falan. Burada bir tane var. Hemen buraya. Ne tarafta? Buradan sanki daha önceden geçmiştim. Şurada bir yerde bir batık mağara gibi bir yer mi var? Şu aşağıda. O seramların şey yaptığı. Yok, burası değil. Neresiydi ya? Çok benziyor. Aa, artık batık mağaraları da dalabilirim bu arada. Evet. Güzel olur. Onları da yapacağım. Netleşsin be. Tamam, şimdi etrafa bakacağım. Çıkılacak ve bakılacak bir yer elbet vardır. Şöyle bir haritaya bakayım, ne kadar büyük. Bir dakika, bu değil. Heh. Yukarıda bir yerde olduğunu tahmin ediyorum. Bir yukarıya bakayım. Genelde manzara noktaları böyle daha düz, daha böyle göze çarpan bir şekilde oluyor. Bulurum herhalde. Buldum sanırım. Yok. Ah! Dur. Ha. Korktum lan. Birden çıkılır mı öyle? Bir tane daha mı çıktı? Yok. Burası. Evet, Las Vegas'taki o kubbe. Güzel ya, bayağı iyi. Tamam, şimdi neresi? Burada batık mağara var. Şu an batık mağaralara girişmek istemiyorum. Bakalım hemen yapabileceğim başka bir şey. Asası var da ona yetmez şu an süre. Şurada bir asi karakolu var, ona yetmez çünkü bayağı büyük gözüküyor. Bu nedir? Diyole seferi. Ha, buna yetebilir. Ama şimdi konuşma falan olacak. Ona da yetmez. Düşün. Burada bir drone var. Dela. Adın tanıdık geliyor. Şimdi. O drone'u nereden atlayabilirim? Şöyle bir bakayım. Patikan ne tarafa doğru gidiyor? O tarafa doğru gidiyor. Oradasın. Şunun üzerine çıkmam lazım. Tamam. Şu aşağıda bir şeyler gördüm. Onları almalıyım. Nasıl yukarı çıkacağım geri? Ha, drone epey yüksekte. Şöyle yukarı çıkayım. Bu arada uzun zamandır atladığımız, tırmandığımız şeyler falan düşmüyor. Farkında mısınız? Ulan. Çok ironik oldu. Of ya. Şu tarafa. Tamam. Şimdi. Yan görev falan da var. Tamam. Ne taraftan? O taraftan. Evet. Güzel. Şu an bıraksam acaba drone kaçar mı?
There we go. That's the day I need.
Şurada bir şey vardı. Neredeydi? Şuranın içinde galiba yeşil cevher vardı. Yok, bu değil. Neredeydi ya? Az önce burada gördüğümü düşünüyorum yani hala. Neyse. Bulamadım. Bir buraya gideyim bakayım. Saklı köze. Vay. Lan oğlum bir dur. Sürekli yenileme yapıyorsun. Şöyle bir hızlıca etrafı gezeyim. Epey gelişmiş bu arada. Stemurcum ya. Zamanımız var mı? Bakalım.
Stemmer.
Konuşalım.
Did you need something?
As a new dream dawned for the adventuring trio, they
Abi
returned to the
Stemur'un bu
depths
konuşma
of the
tarzıyla
formerly
3 dakikada
sunken
bitmeyecek bu sohbet. Eminim.
where fortune was found behind every crumbling wall, as a bulging keg bursts with free-flowing ale. That is, we broke our way into more of the ruins below, and in one of them, the wordsmith beheld a glimmering gizmo, a wonder among a sea of wonders. Alas, the gizmo lay beyond his grasp.
You saw some kind of gizmo but couldn't get it?
A door bars the way, locked by some confounded means. Moreland contemplated explosives, but Abaddon thought the odds of crushing the gizmo under rubble were too high.
Yani.
Once, the shard counter-skepticism might be warranted. The old wordsmith's hopes were dashed, until a friend with a knack for performing the impossible returned from beyond the sands. Might I persuade you to venture beneath the desert once more?
I'll see what I can do. Where is this place?
Once you're down there, take a right at the statue of the giant man. The ruin rests beside a metal tower. And so our heroine went forth, and the wordsmith's hopes went with her.
İyi bari. Süs harabelerini bul. Harabeleri buna vereceğim. Tamam, anladım ama şu an bölümü burada bitirmem lazım. Artık bir sonraki bölümde harabelerin ne işe yaradığını göreceğiz. Çok güzel ya. Özellikle bu şehir akşamları çok iyi. Yani gün ışığında pek belirgin olmuyor hologramlar ama çok iyi. Dur şöyle bakacağım. Odaklı atış mı? Tonlek mi lan o? Çok güzel. Her neyse. Evet. Umarım izlerken keyif almışsınızdır arkadaşlar. Eğer bana destek olmak isterseniz kanalıma abone olabilir, bu videoyu beğenebilir, yorum ya da eleştiri yazabilirsiniz. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.
Aren't you late for work?